Hey guys, Bryce360 here. Today I wanted to kind of go over what's been going on, as far as Xbox One, PS4, console wars, and want to get more on topic of what's really important this generation, which should be games. It's been a lot about Xbox One versus PS4, but I think at this point in time I want to go a new direction and talk more about, my preference for console. I currently am pro Xbox, but that doesn't mean that, you need to bash another console based on that. And I think everyone's guilty of doing that, especially this generation. It's easy to bash the other console, versus your, preferred console. But what really kind of bothers me is you could pretty much type in anything. Let's say Xbox One exclusives, okay, and you scroll down it, which, just to let you guys know, there is some bundles coming out for the Xbox One starting I think Monday. They're going to announce 5 new bundled consoles during the week, so there'll be a lot of good bundles for the holidays, which would be kind of nice. But as you're scrolling through, PS4 can't stack up with Xbox One's holiday lineups. PS4 versus Xbox One, the bias we hold. It's off topics to what's I asked. I'm asking about the exclusives for Xbox One. I don't want to know about which console is better. Like Xbox One versus PS4, which consoles is the best for Christmas 2015. The console wars have gotten so out of hand that now, even when you do an internet search for Xbox One exclusives, I specifically want to know about Xbox One, these come up because these are the popular headlines. Media sites tend to write these console wars and it fuels the fire. Like, everyone tends to be drawn to these articles. One of the most popular things is, if I go Xbox One sales, which is meaningless, this does nothing for you. I asked for Xbox One sales, and Sony's PlayStation 4 is set to smash Microsoft Xbox One by 20 million sales. But did I ask if PlayStation was going to outsell the Xbox, or I just want to know about the Xbox One sales? It's not giving me the answer that I really want to know. Sony to trump Microsoft again, PS4. You see what I'm saying here? You see that what the media sites do? They tag these to fuel articles like this. And the best way to avoid this is to, and I'm going to revamp my channel. Like, I mean, I did get into the console war thing a little bit, but I think now I really just want to focus on the Xbox, positive things for it, which is gaming. I mean, look at all the new features coming out. It's taking away from that, fighting over these things. I mean, you could put up something positive and get dislikes just for having something positive now. And it's I've never seen this in any generation. It's very disappointing. I don't understand why it's come to this. Resolution was never a big deal in the other generations. Like, nobody cared about that. Graphics has always been a topic, but it's really gotten out of hand. It used to be just about, the way the game looked, maybe specifically graphically, but it wasn't uncommon to have multiple systems and not have to, like, have these battles, these wars. And this really started when the original Xbox came out, and it was a more powerful console than the PlayStation at the time when it was released. And then, it did okay. Halo did well. It kind of established itself. And then 360 came out early, and it took the limelight, over the PS3. And now it's fueled into this. Let's see what we got here. I mean, look at what we're talking about here. Xbox One 7th core SDK update does not make much of a difference. Or let's see what, if I click on this, it's just going to be something probably to fuel impact. ESRAM was not an issue. Like, when did we become, like, specialists in, like, people buy consoles and then there's people that have PCs. Like, people build their PCs, I get that. But why is this really even relevant? Like, why do we care about the 7th core of the Xbox One? We should be talking about, hey, Quantum Break's coming out next year. I wonder what that game's like. And it seems like nobody is even paying attention to that anymore. I just don't really get it. And, I mean, here's one right here, a massive list of Xbox One exclusives. But as soon as you click on this, I'm sure this article was just really created to start fanboy wars, and the media's digging on this because they know it's going to get hits. You know, it talks about indie games, and people are just going to fight, and then as soon as the list is going to go on, oh, someone's probably going to say something like PlayStation, you know, has way more games, which, you know, that's all normal stuff, and that's okay, but you have to admit, you have to see these media sites, what they're doing to you. And it's really gotten out of hand. And I think really everyone needs to start, especially a true pro Xbox One gamer. You know, I understand it's hard not to bash the competition. I get that. But really, at this point, what's the point of having a preferred console if you're just going to bash the other console? You know, and I'm not innocent. Like, I have videos I'm going to leave up, I'm not going to take down. And you can clearly go through and watch them that, you know, for fun, I definitely did bash the other console. But you got to understand, when you go around and you're saying that you're a pro Xbox gamer, or if you have a site and you come out with pro Xbox videos, people are going to hate on that. And I don't understand why. Like, I was a 360. I love the 360. And why wouldn't I decide to say, hey, I don't want to abandon all my friends and go to Xbox, the Xbox One? And why should that be such a bad thing? It shouldn't. It shouldn't. No one should care what console they prefer. I don't care if somebody owns a PlayStation. If they want to own a PlayStation, go for it. You know, I can't bash on that. If that's their preference, that's fine. But don't go around going, oh, I bought a PlayStation because the Xbox One sucks. Or I bought a PlayStation because the Xbox is way underpowered. Why do you care about the Xbox? You bought a PlayStation because that's your preferred console. Why does the Xbox matter? That's my point. People defend their console by bashing another. And that's not the way it should be. It should be you shouldn't have to defend your console. You should just say, you can make a video and go, hey, I prefer the PlayStation because it has the best exclusives out right now. Or it has a whole library of indies that I prefer. Or, you know, maybe I like the online better. For me, all of those things, other than indies, like the PlayStation has indies. They have a lot of indies, you know, even more than the Xbox. But for me, I feel like the exclusives on the Xbox are better. But that's my preference. I prefer the Halos. I prefer the Gears. It's all in preference, man. It's all in preference. So the next time, like, you make a video, why not just talk about your system? You know, and I'm going to get hate, believe me, just for saying, oh, how dare you say make a video about your preferred console without bashing the other console. Just try it. See how easy it is. Just think it out. Let's get back to games, guys. Alright, guys. Thanks for watching.